My name is Annabelle, and I'm an educator at New York State Parks, and we're coming at you live from Marsha P. Johnson State Park today. We will be discussing the periodic changes in nature, otherwise known as phenological events. And when we study phenology, we look at life cycle events that occur throughout the year. Today we're going to focus on 3 examples of phenology. Our first example of phenology is how trees flower in the spring. Next example of phenology that we'll discuss today are how migratory birds arrive in New York City in the springtime. Our last example of phenology today is the emergence of insects. While trees experience distinct life cycle changes as they go from a seed to a sprout and then mature into a full-grown tree, they also experience annual life cycle phases that repeat each year with the changes in sunlight and season. For example, the warmer temperatures of the spring season prompts trees to start opening their buds into flowers or leaves. Pay attention to the trees in your neighborhood. Do they look different in the winter? How about a few weeks ago? Do some still have buds or flowers? During the spring, many trees will grow flowers in order to produce new seeds. These flowers often provide nectar and pollen for insects to eat. When bees and other insects feed on flowers, they help the trees begin to turn those flowers into seeds. Do you ever experience seasonal allergies from pollen? That's just one way we can tell that trees and other plants are going through a phenological event. Many trees also leaf out in the spring. This is a reaction to the change in light during the day. Longer days mean more sun, which gives the trees more energy to grow. These trees do not receive enough sunlight during the winter to keep their leaves, which is why they drop them in the fall. Some trees do not react as obviously to changes in the environment. Instead of shedding all of their leaves at once as a reaction to changing seasons, evergreen trees, like this pine tree, will gradually shed and regrow their needles throughout the year. Many evergreen trees are coniferous, which means they produce cones instead of flowers. While they look different, cones are very similar to flowers in that they help the tree produce new seeds. Migratory birds fly thousands of miles back to New York City during the springtime, which is an important phenological event. This annual occurrence is critical to the life of birds because it is a time of gathering resources, finding habitat, and laying eggs. Migratory birds fly to certain locations to breed and nest with each other. The warmer temperatures of the spring, along with the availability of food sources, attract migratory birds to certain locations, like New York City, which is a vital stopover point for many birds. During the spring, plants are beginning to leaf out and bear fruit, and insects are emerging. These are all key food resources for migrating birds. As the planet warms up due to climate change, this can shift the timing of spring life cycle events. Our winter is shortened, so warmer temperatures indicate plants to bloom earlier now. This means that migratory birds, who usually use day length as their cue to migrate, sometimes miss the window of opportunity to gather important food resources. This can be a major problem for them after they've traveled hundreds and sometimes thousands of miles to get here. In the spring, plants and trees begin to flower. This signals insects to emerge, another clear sign of a phenological event taking place. During colder times of the year, many insects take shelter. Some bees hide underground or in hives or nests. Many butterflies can migrate down south to take refuge in the warmth. Warm temperatures can also indicate when life cycle events occur for insects, such as butterflies emerging from their chrysalis state. In the spring, many insects, such as butterflies, moths, and bees, begin to feed on the nectar and pollen in flowers. These insects rely on flowers blooming at certain times in order to eat. And many flowers rely on insects and other animals for pollination in order to grow their seeds. If pollinators are not emerging at the correct time, then the flower cannot be pollinated and will not be able to produce its seeds. Both living things rely on the phenological events of each other.
In the next part of the video, we're going to talk about how to observe different life cycle changes around you.
Studying phenology can help us better understand and connect with wildlife around us. You can see what it's like to be a phenologist by using these methods.
If you decide to do this outside around your neighborhood, you could choose a branch of a tree, or you could look at the growth of plants at the base of a tree.
When choosing a focus area to observe, we recommend keeping it small, no bigger than a piece of paper, so you can notice the small changes that occur each day. To help practice your observation skills from inside, another method is to use tape to create a study box on your window. Make sure there are plants or trees visible from your window that you can observe over time. Binoculars may also be helpful for conducting a window observation if you have them. Here is an example of what I can observe from my study box using binoculars. If you don't have the ability to conduct an observation outside or from your window, you can still practice your observation skills on an indoor plant or by attempting to grow a plant at home. In this example, I took a clove of garlic and put it in some water under the sun. Over time, the garlic should sprout. In all three methods of observation, it is important to record your findings. Try using our change journal to see how living things can change over time. Ask yourself, what do you see in your focus area? What colors do you see? What do you smell? And can you see any signs of life cycle stages? Over time, you can ask yourself what has stayed the same and what has changed. To track your observations, you can take pictures, sketch what you see, or use a toothpick or chopstick to mark the height of the plant over a couple of weeks.
So phenology is a great way of understanding how every living thing is connected and is a part of a life cycle. It's important to study phenology right now because we are currently affected by climate change, which affects the relationship between us and plants and animals. We hope you enjoyed learning with us today about phenology, and be sure to share your observations with us on our Facebook page.